Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limbus Company. Alrighty, you know what time it is. We need to continue our vampire adventure. However, right, this has nothing to do with the actual episode, but I did something very special and very monumental. And might I just say that this is literally the first time that I've ever done it, and I wanted to share it. It's a big moment for me, all right? Because you hear about everyone else, oh, I did this, I did that. But me, I have never completed all 10 floors of the Mirror Dungeon. I remembered what it was called. Yeah, I definitely didn't have to check. However, I was super psyched about it, and I got probably one of the luckiest builds that you've ever seen. So, I recorded my attempt at the final boss of floor 10, and I wanted to share that. Hello, hello! Hopefully, Future Shadow sort of gave a good segue, because I just wanted to throw this in, right? I don't know if I'm going to show the entire fight, but this is the very first time that I've ever made it to the final boss of floor 10 in the dungeon. So, I'm extremely excited about this. I want to show you guys the build that I've got. Far from perfect. There's a few Exodia pieces that I'm missing, but this is as good as we're gonna get. We physically cannot be more prepared than this. So, I'm just gonna very quickly scroll through, show you guys all the ego gifts I got, and don't worry, we've got a lot of them, including the Lunar Memory, which I bought. I did not craft. I bought it for 600, and I want to say that we're ready, but we have to fight debatably the worst boss that there is. So, win or lose, I just wanted to show this off because I'm so proud. Look at how much I'm catching up, you guys. Not only am I in Dawn's chapter, which is only one chapter behind now, right? That's better than like 4 or whatever that I used to be. But I'm also making it to floor 10 of the dungeon. Oh! Here's who we're bringing. Most people are level 82, which is, needless to say, very good. However, not everyone is fully leveled up. For example, Princess Rodion, who ideally we will be actually using in this episode at some point, is level 33, and that's after all of the XP increases. Keep in mind, everybody starts at level 50, so that should tell you that she is extremely underleveled. However, I am bringing her to the fight just in case it really comes down to it. But win or lose, let me show you what the enemy buffs are. As you can see, I chose debatably one of the worst possible fights, but I had no choice. I needed the levels, no matter the cost. So here's the enemy buffs. Enemies have 315% more health, plus 24 defense level. They take, rounded up, 8% less damage. They deal 77% more damage. They have plus 33 offense level, plus 2 base power, plus 1 plus coin, minus 1 minus coin, and plus 1 clash power. I tried to min-max as much as physically possible, and this is the best that I could do. So here we go! Wish me luck! Because if we win, this is my first ever level 10 win! Even if we lose, I'm just excited that we got here. Oh! Oh! Wow! That sucks so bad, bro. Oh! Wow, that sucks so bad. I think we got a stagger in there. Ooh. 933 damage. Unfortunately, the stagger doesn't matter because of mechanics. Oh, 640 damage from Honglu, easy. Dude, 920 damage from Wing Beat. What is that? We are giga rolling. Not to mention the amount of healing that just got us. Contempt Awe. $1,600 damage. Dude, I don't even know what that's from at this point. Fair and balanced, boys. That's what we like. Fairness and balance. 430 damage from Land of Illusion. Whatever. How much was that? 552. Oh, yes. Okay, you're doing the thing, right? Yes, you are. $2,000 damage. It is only Ahab. Also, unfortunately, we did lose Isung. However, big value. Big value. This is it, boys. This is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. If there was ever a time we were gonna beat this for the first time, it's gonna be now. That seems like a good random target. Let's do this. Who isn't really struggling? Alright. Roll it. Plenty of bleed. Enjoy this. Oh, the amount of damage we're doing is just insane. And yet it doesn't feel like even remotely enough. No. Come on, Faust. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Debuff next turn. Corrosion. You don't have your revive anymore, Captain. 118 damage coming out. Feast. By the way, it is a little lame that that's like the same animation. No, our big man! Big man has lost his clash. Do we get Dullahan going again? Thinking about it. Yes. I do so enjoy when a counter plays in our favor. Enjoy getting staggered. You're so done. You're so done. This is my victory. Be gone. It's over. And that is that. Feels good. Feels real good. Alright. First time ever beating it, boys. Here are all the floors that we selected. Oh, wait. I want to show you. I'm going to scroll through it. Dregs of the Manor, Hell's Kitchen, Certain World, Unchanging, Line 4, Masquerade, Mountain of Corpses, Mountain of Corpses, Sea of Blood, Miracle in District 20, Thunder and Lightning, Line 3, Mirror Clock over Rhone, and The Evil Defining. And you already saw the buffs. Oh. That's how we do it. I'll take those achievement points. Thank you very much. Alright, back to Future Me. Welcome back. Yeah, so I know that technically doesn't have anything to do with the episode, but I was really proud. I wanted to share it. It was my very first time doing it, and I was just so psyched about it. But, you know, just wanted to put that out there. Okay. For me, it's also a big moment because it's like, all this time I have been super far behind of the curve. Now I'm actually catching up. I'm doing all the mirror dungeons. We're on Dawn's chapter, even though there's like technically 3 mini chapters before we get to the next chapter, which is now out. But still, it's progress, and I'm really proud of it. It shows that we're catching up. Slowly, but still, surely. Here we go! Earlier, they assigned the gathered fixers with areas.
우리는 다른 구역이네요. 살아서 만나면 좋겠어요.
It seemed that the Bloodfiend Hunters were assigned to Area 3. Okay, I was told how to pronounce her name. I don't know if I'm gonna say it correctly. Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on a minute. So, I was told it is pronounced Jia Chichun. Huh? Jia Chichun. I still don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I'm trying. Look, dude, who would have guessed that by playing Limbus, my vocabulary would be expanded so much? Who would have guessed? To be fair, I thought I always had a good vocabulary, but actually saying the words is a lot harder than knowing the words. But regardless, it seemed that the Bloodfiend Hunters were assigned to Area 3, Jia Chichun to Area 2, and us to Area 1.
잘 부탁드려요. 아, 전 휴고라고 해요.
Oh good, we get Hugo. The fixer from earlier, whose name was Hugo, appeared visibly relieved that he was assigned to the same area as us.
그리고 방금 바닥에서 이런 걸 주었답니다. 라만차랜드 지도예요. 저 참 쓸모있는 동료가 될 것 같지 않나요?
Alright buddy, don't make me like you because you're 200% gonna die. And you found this map where? Yoink!
쓸모있다기엔 그냥 여기저기 잔뜩 떨어져 있는 것 중에 하나를 주운 거지만요.
I'm not making that the thumbnail, by the way. I just wanted a picture of the map so I could look at it. So, where are we at? Area 1. I guess I wouldn't say it here, but also equally, right? Here's a big question. There's a map of this place? Why?
이건 지도가 포함된 놀이공원 팸플릿이네요.
저 사무소 놈들이랑 같은 조가 되었다면 아마 구역에 들어가기도 전에 죽었을지도 몰라요. 그것도 혈기가 아니라 저자들한테요. 토벌금 정산에도 못 들고 완전 최악이죠.
God dang it, it's making me like him. Hugo! I like that. Oh, they might have killed me. Or worse, I wouldn't have gotten paid.
어디였더라? 림버스 컴퍼니 사무소라고 했나요?
It seemed that he was under the impression that we were one of the numerous no-name fixer offices. But I didn't really feel the need to correct him.
사실 우리 같은 이름 없는 해결사 사무소들은 언제나 찬밥 신세죠.
Hugo, we're in the good stuff right now.
쉔크나 치바이 같이 인기 순위를 다투고 있는 협회 직속 사무소랑은 다르게요.
아니, 그렇지 않다네. 해결사들은 모두 의롭고 존경받아야 마땅할 존재들이야. 본인은 아주 오래전부터 해결사가 되는 것이 꿈이었네.
Dawn, you're supposed to keep the illusion going.
해결사란 무릇 문제를 해결하는 존재. 문제라고 여겨지는 그 모든 것들을 대신 해결하는 존재 아니겠는가?
You gotta love her spirit if nothing else.
그러니 자네와 우리가 같이 이곳을 토벌하고 개선한다면 모두가 해결사라는 직업을 다시 생각해 줄 테지.
look, you gotta love her spirit because she sure doesn't have a brain.
왜 다들 그런 표정인 것인가? 너 방금 엄청난 복선을 아니다.
생존자들.
Granted, Radia. Just saying. As long as I don't die, you'll never die. Just say that. It's only Hugo. Worst case, right? Might be a little dark. Worst case. Oh no, Hugo died. I guess I can revive freely, right? Okay, let's go find the device in Area 1 then.
팸플릿을 보니 참 다양한 기구가 있는 것 같소. 그리고 이곳은 프리티엔 원더풀 구역이요. 내가 바로 해결사라는 기구도 있고 멋쟁이 패션쇼도 있고.
이름만 들어서는 정말 그럴듯한 놀이공원 같은데 테마도 있군 말이야.
Is that Dawn? Okay, that the compression has to be like completely gone. Like I highly doubt that you can see what I'm pointing at. But is this Dawn standing in front of the? What is this? A chapel? I don't know what that is. I don't know. It kind of looks like her. If you squint and really look close, I mean, I can see it. So maybe that'll get answered. Did this used to be an amusement park and then it like got taken over? I guess.
대체 이 장소는 어찌한 연유로 만들어진 것인가?
Nothing good.
몰라. 그것까지 우리가 알아야 하냐?
세월의 흔적으로 인해 많은 것이 변해버린 것 같긴 하나 어쩌면 과거에는 즐거운 장소였을지도 모른다는 생각이 들어서 말이오. 진실된 웃음이 가득한.
Well, there's that laughter from the heart you wanted.
시작되었나 보다. 토벌 축제가 또 시작된 모양이야. 그렇지? 날 뛰어드는 인간들이 또 한가득 들어왔어. 더 자주 열렸으면 좋겠다. 하루에 3번씩. 그러니까 너네 중 한 명은 딱 이틀 정도만 살 수 있을 정도로 만들어서 보내줄게. 너희를 이곳으로 보낸 대장한테 그렇게 전해주라. 더 자주 와달라고.
아니면 이건 어떤가? 장치가 있는 위치를 우리에게 알려주면 고통스럽진 않게 처리해주지.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely go for that one.
너무 좋다. 너무 좋아. 저렇게 험악하게 말하는 놈일수록 맛도 기가 막힌다니까. 너무 재촉하지 마. 이벤트가 아직 많이 남았거든. 패션쇼도 할 거고 인기 투표도 할 거야. 너무 기대되지? 그렇지?
지금까지 이곳으로 온 객들과 토벌하러 온 자들을 그런 식으로 농락하였나 보군.
제일 중요한 걸 빼먹었다. 그렇게 꾀지지한 꼴로 여길 돌아다녀서는 안 돼. 알고 있지? 이런 쥐새끼 같은 꼴로 여길 돌아다니게 하다가 들키면 나까지 혼날 거거든. 우리? 야, 잘 봐봐. 난 그렇게까지 형편없는 꼴은 아니라고.
You're in the same uniform as the rest of us, Rodion. Just saying.
예쁘고 화려한 옷을 입혀준 다음에 의상실에 전시해놓고 일주일 동안 골라 먹어야겠다. 어디서부터 맛봐야 할지 벌써부터 너무 기대돼.
There are a lot of blood fiends here. Can you guys handle them?
문제 없어. 이곳에선 저들의 죽음이 유예되지 않을 것이기에.
열차의 그놈보다 수준도 떨어지는 것 같습니다. 기껏해야 그 의체 해결사와 비등 혹은 그보다 아래겠군요.
그렇단 말이지. 그럼 걱정할 거 없겠네.
With Heathcliff's charge as our signal, the sinners advanced, leaping into the horde of blood fiends. Okay, I'm kind of liking the music already. Bing, bing, bing. By the way,
또 제압할 것이 있는가?
we keep this, huh? Interesting. Very interesting.
쉴 새는 없다.
Once again, that's the only thing I really dislike about the identity
입을 열 시간이
here.
있나?
Is she is so talkative. By the way, you're new. Insane Fashionista Blood Fiend. It's a festival, a festival! On hit, inflict 3 bleed up to twice. If target has 6+ bleed, deal 20% more damage. Inflict +3 bleed count. If target has 5+ bleed, gain 1 coagulated blood. Consume up to 50 Blood Feast. Gain 1 Blood Tinged Scissors for every 10 consumed. If you fail to consume, gain 5 bleed and 1 coagulated blood. If target has 5+ bleed, coin power +1. Also, you inflict bleed up to twice. I think that is our very first unbreakable coin. This is where it begins. This is where it begins. Oh boy. Okay. 5+ bleed, you gain +1 coin power. Up to 3 scissor blades gives you clash power. You deal more damage based on coagulated blood, but you use it all up. Unbreakable. On hit, inflict 8. On head's hit, inflict 8 bleed. Consume up to 5 scissors to deal a ton more damage, up to 100%, and heal based on bleed. You also get a counter dice, which just powers you up more. Gain Withered at the start of the encounter. Starved. Whoa. Starved for blood for a long, long time. Lose 15 offense and defense level. Blood sucking, blood coagulation, thirst for blood, and blood feast. If this unit is on the field or is one of the units that can appear on the stage, increase blood feast value. Okay. Yep. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's try and get as much resonance as possible. I would love to roll for the extra attack, but I want resonance. Okay, pretty good damage going down so far. Unbreakable coins don't matter right now. Okay, could be worse. Ooh. You know what? This is super dumb. Oh yeah, this is super, super dumb. It doesn't matter if Yisong loses a clash, by the way, we actually would prefer that. Ooh! Extra attack going down already? Is that what I heard? By the way, farewell. Okay, I don't see extra attack.
한 놈도 남지 않을 때까지 지금을 반복한다. 쉴 새는 없다.
제압 완료.
Good lord. And that's that. Wait, what? Okay, so I don't know if Sinclair was buffed, nerfed, no idea. All I do know is that I got a lot of goodies, and his passive is a bit different now. Seemingly, it's a lot more rupture-oriented rather than just like, I give you the ability to put rupture on them. Now it's kind of like if you do rupture, I enhance it. So I don't know. Buff, nerf, who could say?
오랜만에 이렇게 안 굶고 피를 먹어본 적이 200년 만이란 말이야. 너무 신이 나서 그랬어. 예전처럼 눈에 안 띄게 죽은 듯이 살아갈게. 부탁이야.
장치가 있는 곳을 말한다면 고려해보지.
저기 저 놀이기구로 가면 돼. 내가 곧바로 버튼을 누를 수 있는 지름길도 알려줄게. 나만 따라오면 될 거야.
See, there's only one issue, lady. You could be luring us into a trap.
정하자마자 곧바로 몸을 오른쪽으로 향한 다음에
오, 좋아. 오른쪽으로 향한 다음에
악인과 거래를 할 수는 없지 않은가? 보이지 않나? 저 방문객들의 시체가 분명 저 악인에게 덮쳐진 지 얼마 되지 않은 자들이었네.
The closer we got to the attraction, the more the roads became riddled with mangled corpses. Don was right. Some of them did look pretty new. Some of them only hours since their death, at most. Of course, Otis did not appear even remotely receptive to her reasoning.
시간을 단축할 수도 있는 정보였다. 때에 따라서는 적군과 협상을 하여 우리 쪽이 유리한 결과를 이끌어낼 줄 알아야. 하지만 악인과 손을 잡고 시간을 줄였다 해도 그것으로 정의를 실현하는 게 무슨 소용이 있다는 것인가? 이놈이 아직도 그딴 소리를.
야, 내 또 저러는 거 한두 번이냐? 이럴 시간에 저 뭘...
맙소사, 또 와요.
Huh. Unlike the blood bags back on the train, these ones can't come back from death. They were all once fixers seeking riches, civilians turned guests, drawn to this place by its music, each dreaming a dream of their own. I don't know since when, but I've stopped feeling anything about killing things like them.
그러게요.
Sinclair replied, thrusting his weapon into the skull of a dying blood bag.
이 피주머니들이 사용하는 무기, 열차에서 봤던 카세트. 피라는 혈기랑 비슷한 것 같은데?
피로 잔뜩 지장했군.
굳은 피다. 같은 성질이라 해도 모방할 정도. 혈귀들은 다 이런 방식을 사용하는 걸까요?
모제스 씨의 말을 떠올려 보면 가까운 친척 같은 걸지도요.
아까 그 혈귀들이 가리킨 놀이기구가 여기구나.
이 놀이기구, 이 구역에서 제일 유명한 놀이기구인 것 같은데요.
안으로 들어가 보는 수밖에 없겠어.
1구역의 핵심 어트랙션 판타지 블러드 슈팅에 오신 여러분들 환영합니다.
Blood shooting range.
이 놀이기구에는 조금 무서운 장면이 포함되어 있을 수도 있으니 어린아이들은 엄마 아빠 손을 꽉 잡고 오세요. 그리고 이 기구 옆에 있는 멋쟁이 패션쇼도 진짜 열심히 만들었거든요. 깜짝 이벤트로 방문만 해도 기념품을 나눠드리고 있어요. 센터님, 그렇게 쳐다보시지 말라니까. 몰랐잖아요. 아니, 돌시네아님이 자꾸 인기 없다고 비꼬셔서 기념품이라도 나눠드려.
뭐야?
뭐가 이렇게 허접해?
그거 아세요?
이번에는 음질이 아주 깨끗하오.
I don't think it's a recording anymore. I think it was a recording, and now that she realized, oh, there's actually people here, she probably took over.
아주 머나먼 옛날, 몹시 슬프고 안타깝게도 혈귀와 인간들은 지금처럼 사이가 좋은 관계가 아니었답니다.
Today?
서로 만나면 헐뜯고 싸우기에 바빴죠. 혈귀는 인간들을 사냥하려고 했고 인간들은 혈귀를 미워하기 시작했습니다. 이게 뭐죠? 인간들을 잡아먹으려고 하는 못된 혈귀들이네요? 어떻게 할까요? 어떻게 해야 할까요?
말린다?
좀 더 분발해서 생각을 해볼까요? 다음 사람?
정답! 다시는 인간들을 해치지 못하도록 혼내줘야 한다네!
정답입니다. 자, 못된 혈기들은 물리칠 절호의 찬스입니다. 너무 신나지 않나요?
Alright, I like her already. Look, it only takes one evil laugh, and you're in my good graces.
그곳에는 말이지.
Oh?
지긋지긋한 싸움도 없고 언제 잡아먹힐지 알 수 없는 두려움도 없고 오로지 웃음소리만이 가득할 거다.
What is with the music change? Okay. Alrighty then. Alright, what is this? Blood shooting! On death, blood feast plus 30. Gain 2 ego resource for the least owned ego resource. Next turn, all allies gain... physical resist. Oh no. So they get up to 0.5 to all physical resistance? That's scary.
자, 이제 우리 어린이 친구들이 제일 좋아하는 시간입니다.
The part where we get to shoot?
일명 내가 바로 이 구역의 해결사 타임.
Or that.
혈기들이 등장하면 아까 입구에서 나눠드렸던 장난감 방망이로 멋지게 퇴치하는 겁니다. 우리 어른들도 참여할 수 있어요. 스트레스를 한 방에 털어버릴 수 있는 화끈한. 아니! 이제 그까짓 장난감 방망이를 맞고 아픈 척하는 혈기 같은 건 필요 없어요. 이곳에는 오로지 진짜들만 남아있게 되었으니까. 자, 사람을 해치는 못된 혈기들은 그렇게 모두 지하로 쫓겨나게 되었습니다.
To be fair, that more blood fiends should think of that. Going underground means that the sun isn't gonna hurt you.
이제 지상에 남은 건 착하고 의로운 혈기들 뿐이죠. 그들은 인간들과 손가락을 걸고 약속했습니다. 함부로 인간의 피를 탐내지 않고 사이좋게 지내겠다고요. 왜냐면 평화만큼 좋은 건 없으니까요. 그런데 이것 좀 보세요. 지하에 쫓겨난 혈기들이 슬금슬금 다시 지상으로 올라오려고 하네요. 몰래 인간들의 피를 마시려고 말이죠.
Lady, I'm not following your story very much. So, hang on. So her story is basically... Oof, that's struggling. But the story is effectively... Some blood fiends were like, "Ah, yeah, don't worry, we're not gonna do anything ever again. You can totally trust us." While the bad ones have to live underground because I guess they're not playing by the rules, so to speak. Maybe it'll make a bit more sense here in a bit. Farewell.
인간 친구들은 또다시 혈기들이 나타나지 않을까 하는 걱정을 하기 시작하였습니다.
By the way, I can't help but notice it's giving us 12 turns per mission now rather than 10. So, oh boy, I'm expecting a difficulty spike any second now.
밤마다 두려움에 떨면서 못된 혈기들이 찾아오지 않을까. 매일 밤 걱정에 잠을 못 이루기도 했죠. 잠을 잘 자는 건 중요합니다. 머리가 빠지고 피부가 푸석해지면 큰일 나니까요.
맞는 말이긴 해.
그때 어떤 정의로운 해결사가 정말 대단하고도 기발한 생각을 하게 됩니다. 만약에, 정말 만약에 인간과 혈기가 서로 행복하게 지낼 수 있는 공간을 만든다면 어떨까? 그곳에 착한 혈기들은 못된 혈기들을 대신해서 혼내주고 인간들은 자신의 피를 착한 혈기들에게 나눠주는 것이죠. 어때요? 기발하지 않나요?
사람들의 피를 탐하기만 하는 혈기들과 어떻게 사이좋게 지낸다는 말인가?
물론 모든 원대하고 훌륭한 계획에는 반대 의견들이 뒤따르기 마련이죠. 그러나 훌륭한 지도자 밑에는 언제나 훌륭한 부하들이 있는 법. 머지않아 행복한 미소가 꽃피는 곳. 모두 함께 꿈꾸는 자유로운 라마차렌트가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 주위를 둘러보세요. 여러분들을 향해 웃어주고 있는 혈기들을. 이런. 하지만 완벽한 라마차랜드에 딱 한 가지 부족한 게 보이지 않나요?
대체 언제 끝나는 거냐?
I'm starting to wonder that too. Dude, these fights, I gotta tell you, them getting physical damage resistance based on the amount of enemies killed is like, it's a little bit brutal.
웬 이상야릇한 이야기나 내려놓다가 적을 들여보내는 건 우리를 밑도 끝도 없이 얕잡아보는 것 같아. 불쾌하군.
야, 듣고 있지? 너 아까 대답하는 거 기억했거든?
정말? 진짜 안 보여요? 라마차랜드 안에는 당연히 거기에 어울릴 만한 옷을 입어야 하지 않겠나요? 이왕이면 멋지고 화려한 가면도 씌워주고요. 이렇게요. 훨씬 더 축제 같아졌잖아요.
라만차 랜드에서 뛰쳐나왔던 피주머니 분들을 예쁘게 단장해 주신 분이 누군지 이제 알 것 같네요.
And Honglu sees nothing wrong with the fact that outfits are being stitched onto people's bodies. You know, it's whatever.
악취미구려.
뻔한 아름다움을 추구하나 볼맛이 안 나는군.
여러분 덕에 이제 더할 나위 없이 완벽해진 라마차랜드가 완성되었습니다. 이렇게 혈기들과 인간들은 서로 사이좋게 지내며 매일 축제를 벌이며 살게 될 수 있을 겁니다. 이번 모험가님은 잔인하고 못된 혈기들을 중간에 세는 걸 까먹었다. 아무튼 무지무지 많이 죽이셨답니다. 용감한 모험가님의 이름을 알려주세요.
그것이 내가 나아갈 모험의 조건이다. 이를 받아들일 마음이 있다면 너의 이름을 내게 말해라.
So it begins.
이 몸의 이름은 돈키호테다.
그 이름을 쓰다니 너도 우리처럼 미쳐버렸구나.
The voice from the announcement system briefly fell hesitant, and an extended silence followed.
모험가 돈키호테와 그 친구들은 판타지 블러드 슈팅에서 1위를 달성했습니다. 축하합니다. 보상은 두근두근두근두근두근.
Alright, I like her again. Look, she might be Yap City, but I like the personality.
누르기만 하면 이 라만차랜드에서 제일 끝내주는 놀이기구를 타락할 수 있는 길이 열리는 버튼입니다. 용감한 모험가들만 탈 수 있는 라만차랜드의 하이라이트 어트랙션! 헌티드 블러디 메리!
The haunted Bloody Mary, really? Yes. Let's have a drink that has to do with blood. The guests are gonna love it. So this is the device that leads us to our next destination, huh?
그런데 이런 걸 이렇게 쉽게 누르게 해준다고? 버튼.
하지만
sorry.
제가 사둔 정보에 의하면
Dude, that's twice. I've accidentally clicked through Heathcliff's dialogue. I need to be a little slower.
1구역에 들어갔다가 살아서 나올 수 있는 확률은 25% 정도였어요. 높은 확률은 아니지만 그렇다고 낮은 확률도 아니죠.
You know what, though? Other than a few moments, Otto was doing pretty good. I'm gonna turn it back on.
저희는 그 확률을 뚫고 버튼을 누를 수 있게 된 거예요.
정보를 사? 그게 무슨 말이죠? 브리핑에서 나온 정보 외에 생존자들의 증언이 더 있었다는 건가요?
여러분들 몰라도 너무 모르신다. 라만차랜드에서 생존해온 해결사들이 왜 고지고대로 귀중한 정보들을 하나협회에게 제공하겠어요? 당연히 쓸모있고 값진 정보들은 소수에게만 암암리에 파는 거죠. 1구역의 장치를 가동시키기 위해서는 그 어트랙션에서 등장하는 피주머니들을 모조리 죽이고 1등을 차지해야만 나온다고 했어요.
왜 그런 정보를 미리 이야기하지 않은 거지?
Cause I bought it.
서로 신뢰를 쌓는 시간이 필요했던 것뿐이죠.
뭐, 난 이해해. 비싼 돈 주고 정보를 사셨을 테니.
맞아요.
그런데 이렇게 수월하게 임무가 끝났던 적이 있었던가?
And it's been jinxed. So we press this button and our job's done here? It's definitely suspicious how easy this was, but what can we do? Not press it?
좋게 생각하면 이걸로 얼른 1구역을 벗어나서 다른 분들에게 합류할 수 있겠어요.
혈기와 피주머니에 대한 정보는 그리 만연하지 않다. 익숙치 않은 자가 이곳에서 제한 시간 동안 많은 피주머니를 제거하는 경합을 한다면 1등을 하기 힘들었을 가능성이 있다.
그것도 일리가 있네.
이봐, 순순히 나머지 정보들도 다 불어라. 신뢰는 충분히 쌓았겠지.
Otis shoved Hugo, practically threatening him with her odd emphasis on the word trust.
이곳 어딘가에는 반드시 마주치면 안 되는 혈귀들이 3마리가 있어요. 관리자 혈귀들이라는데 살아남을 확률을 높이고 싶다면 그 3마리와 마주치는 건 꼭 피하라고 하더라고요. 한 구역당 1명씩 있다는 모양이에요. 하지만 조건에 그들까지 죽이고 오라는 말은 어디에도 없었잖아요. 라만차랜드 토벌과는 상관없으니까 아마도 그러니까 안 마주치는 게 제일 좋을 거예요. 우리는 이 버튼만 빠르게 누르면
그럴 순 없네, 해결사요. 지금도 죄 없는 방문객들은 모두 이곳에서 고통받고 있지 않은가? 이곳을 관리하는 3마리의 혈기들을 모조리 물리치고 그 죄값을 치르게 하는 것이 합당한 도리이지 않겠는가?
맙소사, 좀 말려봐요. 당신들 친구잖아요.
말릴 수 있었을 때 말려졌다고는 얼마나 좋았을까.
나와라! 이 극악무도한 혈기놈! 이 돈키호테가 손수 결판을 내리라!
혹시 그 3명의 혈귀들은 생김새 특징 같은 게 있었어?
That way we know if we're in super trouble.
이거는 200만 안이나 주고 얻은 정보인데 제일 화려한 가면이요.
재밌다. 일주일 중에 제일 재밌었어.
관리자 혈귀들은 구역에서 제일 화려한 가면을 쓰고 있다고.
그놈 피냄새도 제법 화려한가 보고.
너희 중 누가 돈키호테야? 내가 눈이 좀 침침해진 지가 꽤 되어서 말이야.
때마침 나타나셨네요.
내 말 안 들려? 내가 만든 이 어트랙션에서 1등을 한 돈키호테가 누구냐니까?
가면이
알려주면 나머지 사람들은 보내줄게. 버튼을 누르고 다음 구역으로 갈 수 있도록. 돈키호테가 누구인지만 알려준다면 말이야.
이자입니다.
Hugo shouted from the top of his lungs just as Don began to speak. The speed with which he called out her name was in striking contrast to his previous slow, reluctant attitude.
이제 된 거죠? 버튼을 눌러도 되는 거죠? 구역의 장치를 가동한 해결사는 토벌금을 정산할 때 1.5배 더 받을 수 있다고.
You do realize she's gonna kill everyone except Don, right, Hugo? Looks like you're the one who's new to this.
눌러보던가, 버튼.
Or Ryoshu will do it. Ryoshu swung her absurdly sharp scabbard, chopping off his wrists with blinding speed.
료슈건! 이게 무슨 짓인가? 동료끼리 칼을 쓰다니!
저런 머저리를 동료로 둔 적 없다.
Don, he was trying to sell you out.
그건 그렇네만.
냄새부터 배신할 놈이었지. 혹시나 방식에 독창성이 있을까 기대했다만. 이런 치졸한 클리셰 참아줄 수가 없군.
So you would have just let him do his thing if it was interesting?
어떻게 알았어? 내가 죽이려고 했는데. 저렇게 격식도 없는 옷을 입고 온 주제에 우리 구역의 버튼을 순순히 누르게 할 수는 없었단 말이야.
Well, looks like I was right. By the way, I like her design.
그래서 네가 돈키호테야? 내 놀이에서 1등을 한 돈키호테가?
그렇네만.
어떻게 1등을 했어?
곤경에 갇힌 이곳의 수많은 사람들을 구하고 당신 같은 악인을 해치우기 위해서 모조리 해치웠어. 왜 자꾸 그렇게 웃는 것인가?
아, 너무 기쁘니까. 어땠어? 역시 내가 만든 놀이기구가 제일 재밌지. 원래는 저기 장식을 더 달고 옷에도 레이스를 더 붙이려고 했는데 시간이 없었어. 우리 피주머니들은 내가 일일이 옷을 갈아입혀줘야 하는데 복잡한 옷은 다 찢어지지 뭐야.
끔찍한 소리를 잘도 짓거리는군. 본인은 이곳에 놀러 온 것이 아닐세.
That's interesting, though. It almost seems like it truly is a game to her, though. Like, she doesn't even care that people are dying, or her blood bags, I guess, are dying. She's just like, you enjoyed it, right? Like, it was fun? What can I fix, right?
사람들을 잡아가는 라만차린들을 도발하고 끔찍한 악당들을 모조리 처단시키기 위해 왔네.
그런데 왜 내가 만든 옷을 안 입고 왔어? 얘 한참 어긋났잖아. 내 구역으로 놀러 올 거였으면 좀 더 그럴듯한 모습을 하고 왔어야지.
뭐야? 아까부터 대화가 아예 어긋난 느낌인데?
제정신이 아닌 듯한데. 얼른.
너는 칸칸 드레스에 리본 달린 부츠를 신으면 어울리겠다. 내가 진짜 어울리게 만들어줄 수 있는데. 이 정도는 돼야지.
What is this music? Okay. Withered, starved for blood. Lose 25 base offense and defense level. Good lord. 10 blood-tinged scissors. Gain 1 offense level and 1 defense level for every 5 stack. Oh. What you got? I'll cut you up all pretty. If target has 6+ bleed, clash power +1, and coin power +1 for every 5 bleed on self. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. On hit, reuse blood-tinged scissor blade stage 1. -1 times max 2. I don't know how that one works. She reuses the coin. Let's see. Consume up to 20 blood feast, gain 1 scissor blade, and heal 3 SP for every 10 blood feast consumed. If this unit failed to consume blood feast with the skill, gain 30 bleed. And then it also has similar effects. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count up to twice. How discourteous! Uh-oh, clashable counter. On use, clash power +1 for every blood-tinged scissor blade stage. Up to 3. You also gain coin power based on bleed on self, and on hit, inflict a ton of bleed. That's all we know. Gain Withered. Prioritizes sowing target. Okay. If there are any enemies with 30 or less HP, use I don't need ugly things. If panicked, sorry, I just noticed that the music was going in a vastly different direction. Recover from panic at the next turn start, reset SP to 0. Consume 30 Blood Feast to gain 2 attack power up and 1 Blood Tinged Scissor Blades next turn and heal 20 SP. If you fail to consume Blood Feast, gain 30 bleed, immediately take the damage for bleed, lose 30 bleed count, then gain 2 attack power up, 2 damage up, and heal 20 SP next turn. It's not over yet! Gain a new pattern at 40% of this unit's max HP. Upon pattern change, gain 10 bleed and 2 Blood Tinged Scissor Blades. Oh my bro! What is... Why do you have so many passives? Blood Feast, we know what that is. Blood Steeped Scissors. Combat start, gain 10. It cannot drop below 1. At 10 plus, convert them into 2. At 20 plus, convert them into 3. If this unit consumes any stacks and drops below thresholds, convert them accordingly. Hard Blood Scissors. On Clash Win, if the target has bleed, heal this unit's part and core by 40% of HP damage dealt. After attack, if this unit healed at least 100 HP, heal 10 SP. This effect does not activate with on hit with an unbreakable coin if it loses a skill. There it is! Unbreakable joins the fray. Here we go! Oh, it's one of these. Okay. I'm gonna go for the counter. Actually, I want to lose this clash, so let's go ahead and lose it. Unopposed no matter what we do. Favored here. You know what? We're dominating here, so I actually want to do that. And we're unopposed all the way here. Alright. Let's just roll it for the first turn. Death. Okay, losing clash is totally fine. Bit of rupture. More rupture. Good for us. You know, small detail. I like how she looks away as if she's not even, like, taking the fight seriously. Small detail. Plenty of tremor for us. Okay. Now it's your turn. Unbreakable coin. Inflict 1 deep laceration and inflict sewing target. Oh, and you're doing it on Dawn. Okay. Gotcha. Well, Dawn, we're neutral. It's going to hit no matter what we do, unfortunately. We are favored here. You know what, though? I want to lose Clash. Let's go here. Dominating here. Resonance and dominating here. And then I'm just going to have you tank the counter dice. Well. Okay, unfortunately we do get staggered, which means we don't get to use our unbreakable coins, but that's fine. Okay, staggers a tiny bit closer. We win that clash. Bit of burn for next turn. Okay, expected. Totally fine. Okay, what is this? I don't need ugly things. Prioritizes targets with the least HP. On hit, if target is at 30% or less HP, kill the target. Increase Blood Feast by 30% of the defeated enemy's max HP, and gain 4 fragile next turn. Okay, well, honestly, I'm fine with that, because you're going to get a ton of Rupture in return. So, at the end of the day, I still win. Okay, we're gonna do Pathos Mythos. Somehow favored here. I think I'm gonna roll it, actually. Can't stop any of that damage. Can't stop any of that damage. We could half her speed, but I just don't see it as worth it, at least not right now. We are favored here, so let's try and stop a tiny bit of damage, and then we can get some one-sided damage with some Tremor. Okay. Pathos Mythos. Enjoy your rupture.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
Okay, Otis is gonna get damage up from here on out, provided she doesn't take any damage, which with unbreakable coins might get a little bit annoying. More Tremor being done, a little bit more sinking. Ow. Ow.
이런 넉넉하게 있잖아. 쓸모없는 것 같은.
아직 세상엔 궁금한 것이.
Where's my passive? I can't help but notice that we're missing a passive. You should have a bunch of rupture on you, why do you not? I'll cut you together. Oh my goodness. What is that? Before attack, attack weight +1 for every stage of blood-tinged scissor blades. On use, consume up to 100 blood fees, gain 1 blood-tinged scissor blades, and heal 3 SP for every 10 blood fees consumed. If target has 6+ bleed, clash power +2. After attack, consume 10 of the scissors. Unbreakable coin for the next 3. On hit, inflict 3 bleed count. Hit after clash win, activate the target's bleed, max of 10. The target loses 1 bleed count. Do it again, but a bit stronger. Do it again with the same effect. And on hit, deal plus 40% damage for every blood-tinged scissor blade stage, up to 120%. On kill, if this coin effect killed the target, heal by 50% of the damage dealt against the killed target. Epic. And for the other one, this one. Basically the same, but a little bit weaker. Epic! Well, bad news. We can't use the best move. What do we need? We need 2 envy, really. We have 1! Oof! Well, we gotta win some clashes, and I'm going to assure that we do. We are favored. Honestly, I don't think getting Dullahan out is a bad idea. We're favored here. Dominating here. Let's stop some damage. We're neutral, favored. Okay, big man can take the neutral.
탈출 개체 확인.
Okay, bit of paralysis that we didn't hit because we didn't hit heads. But it would have been nice. Ow. Okay, we prevent most of her damage. We get Dullahan out. Oh, it still does the AoE damage, too. Oof. Okay, bleed with the unbreakable coins. Unfortunately, it does get her a stagger. Okay, good job, Mersal. Deep Laceration, by the way. On Clash lose, gain 3 bleed count and trigger bleed on self. Okay. Let's heal a little bit. Let's do this one. Faust, you can take that. Heathcliff can take you. Unopposed no matter what we do. You know what? Struggling here, though, so we can defend it. Especially because we have +3 defense level up. So, here we go. She does also have some attack damage up. We don't land heads anyway. By the way, looking at the spear after the fact of knowing, it's been right in our face the whole time that Dawn is a is one of them, huh? We knew all this time, but we didn't truly know. By the way, Heathcliff almost died purely to bleed. dokie, that is a problem, being able to just use that 3 times, especially because it's now 21 bleed. Okay, we can debuff her now. Okay, you're going for him, that's fine. Let's try and get you debuffed. Ooh, neutral, that's not good. We're favored here, dominating here. Unopposed. Who is this going for? For Ryoshu. And it's hopeless. Ooh, so we cannot stop that no matter what we do. Maybe we can counter? I think we just die, though. And we're neutral here no matter what we do, so let's try. Here we go. Maybe we get a stagger? Not if we lose all our clashes with Dawn, despite the fact that she had advantage. Oh, super close. We might still get a stagger. Okay, we are going to be staggered on Mersault, but we still get it. Okay, she is approaching the 50%, 40% mark, so once she does, she's gonna change how she fights. Okay. Let's just maximize damage. By the way, really bad time to debuff her. I recognize that after the fact. Okay, a bit more tremor. We can do it again, though. Which I'm going to. Let's see. Okay, I think Dawn is definitely dead. Let's see, we are dominating here. We could do big damage here. Then I think we go for Representation Emitter. We go for Magic Bullet, and we just hope that it's enough. Okay. We still hit a heads. Are you serious? We still hit a heads! Negative 35, and we're hitting a heads. Good lord. Either way, everyone gets a little bit of SP now. Plus, we do some good damage. This magic bullet. Oh, we staggered her. She doesn't get to do any of her AoEs. Which also means that our debuff is once again wasted. Boy, I have really bad timing with that, don't I? Okay. Let's get Resonance. Let's do as much damage as possible. Let's go boom boom. Equal to Dark Flame. Dark Flame equal to Magic Bullet. And then tiny. Actually, you know what? Let's get some Tremor on her. Okay, a little bit of SP back on Ryoshu. We are also debuffing her SP, which is going to work out for us. Little bit of healing on Dawn, who has somehow made it through the entirety of this fight so far. She's probably going to go for quite a few executes. Oh, poor Mersault. Okay, AoE damage. Mersault is guaranteed dead this turn. There is nothing we can do about it this time. We'll try, but it's not looking good. How many bullets do we have? 4? Then I think it's time that we fire. Okay, let me... Excuse me. Thank you. We can't clash with this? Question mark? We can't clash with this. Why? That's problematic. We can with Dawn, though, which does help. Unopposed no matter what we do, so let's try and get Dullahan going again. Ugh, can't stop most of this damage. We can on Boast, but that's about it. Let's go. Let's try. Reduce the damage that we're gonna be taking. Also, please hit heads. Yeah! Paralyze! Okay, that'll reduce her damage a little bit. Not quite enough, but it does reduce it. Alright, Mersault is dead before we get to use our debuff, which is a problem. Wow, we just won a neutral clash. Dawn lives with 2 health. And Dullahan begins again. The shield is absolutely keeping Ryoshu alive. Okay, Dawn is dead no matter what she does. Yeah. Unfortunately, Dawn is dead. Can we... We are the fastest ones on the field, so you know what? We can waste one of her other attacks as well. Ryoshu, you go for the dominating. Ishmael, you go for the extra attack. Dominating here, and then we're favored here, which has to be good enough. Absolutely colossal shield. And you're finished. I'm actually kind of surprised we did that first try. I feel like we did amazingly there. Definitely not within the time limit. I am 90% sure not within the time limit, but the fact that we did it first try is still pretty good. What's that? I can't hear you. The mask.
예의를 차려야 하는데 방문객들한테는 가면을 벗는 게 예의니까.
The face hidden behind the mask was bloody and mangled, to the point where it felt wrong to look at her in that state.
아니야, 보지 마. 그런 눈으로 보지 말란 말이야. 차라리 나를 죽이려면 가면을 씌워주고 죽여줘. 그 정도는 할 수 있잖아, 우리 사이에.
The Blood Fiend's unmasked eyes glowered intensely at Dawn as she pleaded. As Dawn stood there, stunned by the sheer intensity of her screeching Blood Fiend, a slow voice began to echo from the void.
원래 이발사는 더 예쁘고 화려한 가면을 좋아했었습니다. 이런 투박하고 무서운 가면은 상대에게 겁만 줄 뿐이라고요. 얼굴을 가린 만큼 더 예쁘게 보여야 공평하다고 생각했던 걸까요?
I see the blue. And I see the frills. And I see the silvery white. And I can only think of one character who, reverbs in my mind. But I have a feeling it's not that.
저자도 가면을 쓰고 있습니다. 관리자님, 주의할 필요가 있습니다.
관리자 혈귀는 구역당 1명이라고 했는데 다른 구역을 담당하는 혈귀일까요? 하지만 지금 왜...
그놈이 배신하기 전에 더 유용한 정보들을 남김없이 털어버렸어야 했는데.
젠장. 처음 구역에서부터 대장 같은 혈기 2마리랑 싸우게 하는 건 좀 너무한 거 아니냐?
확실히 그렇군요. 여러분은 여기 이발사를 상대하느라 더 힘이 빠진 상태이기도 하고요. 그럼 이렇게 하는 게 어떨까요? 당신은 수많은 모험을 하고 돌아온 자. 하지만 저는 보다시피 행복한 미소와 꿈이 가득한 세계, 이곳 라만차랜드에서 손님들을 맞이하는 안내자일 뿐. 당신의 멋진 모험담을 들려주시고 나면 순순히 길을 열어드리도록 하죠. 당신들이 찾고 있는 보물이 있는 곳으로. 이번엔 길을 잃지 않도록.
What? That's what I'm thinking. If Dante didn't say it, I would have.
그게 아니라면 당신이 이곳에서 수십 마리의 혈귀들을 죽이고 있진 않을 테니까.
The masked blood fiend in blue, who suddenly appeared here, was clearly speaking to Dawn, and only Dawn.
본인이 다 말하기에는 입 아플 정도로 위대한 모험을 하고 온 자인 것은 맞다네. 하지만 허튼 수작 부리지 말게나! 보물을 찾는 것도 물론 중요하지만 니놈 같은 악한 혈기를 물리치기 위해 본인은 이곳에 왔으니 이 돈키호테! 악당과 타협하지 않을 걸세!
그럴 줄 알았어요. 하지만 그러면 안 돼요. 당신은 모두에게 말해줘야 하거든요. 누구보다 멋진 당신만의 모험담을.
그게 무슨...
The masked blood fiend raises his staff, and Dawn's mouth shuts, as though a supernatural power was forcing its will on her movements. In that bizarre silence, her eyes shimmer quietly.
본인은...
잠시만요. 이런 모험담에는 그럴듯한 배경과 음악이 빠질 수는 없죠?
Are we about to fight him too? I thought he was a humble guide. Apparently not. Okay. With a quick flick of his staff, the magician rapidly shifts and warps everything around us.
뭐야? 갑자기
Golden bow resonance! I like how that's the thing we care about.
떠올려 보세요. 당신이 겪은 모험의 나날들에 대해서.
맞소. 본인은 수많은 모험과 결투를 하였다네.
Okay. We're gonna need to take a second about this armor that she's got on. What is this rust bucket armor?
그렇다면 그중 기억이 남는 모험 몇 개만 꼽아볼까요? 모두가 볼 수 있게요. 그 이야기를 해보죠. 그 이름하여 하얀 달의 기사와 함께한 당신의 숭고한 모험을. 짜잔!
하얀 달의 기사? 그게 니놈의 정체인가?
그럴 리가요. 소개가 늦어 오해가 생겼군요. 저는 여러분의 라만차랜드 유람을 도와줄 안내자 산손이라고 합니다. 하얀 달의 기사는 단지 배역일 뿐이죠.
하얀 달의 기사...
좀 비슷했나요? 아무래도 제가 이 배역을 맡는 게 마음에 들지 않다는 표정이군요. 마침 아직 제대로 새기지 못했지만 가능성을 품은 배우가 이 자리에 있으니 이 하얀 달의 기사 배역은 당신에게 드리죠.
Oh boy. Is that what we're doing now? We're all role-playing?
저요?
Sinclair held his forehead for a moment, then looked at his changed appearance in confusion. But that did not last. Even Sinclair's gotten quiet, like something's controlling his mind.
무대 위에 올라간 배우처럼 저자가 이야기하는 동안에는 연기를 멈출 수 없는 것 같네요.
Boy, that's a dangerous power. As long as he's talking, we just get completely mind controlled. Oh, cool.
이거 괜찮은 거야?
둘은 전설로만 들려오는 강을 찾고 있었죠.
So basically, the only way to beat this guy is to, like, A, seal his mouth, B, give him the old whooshing, you know, straight across the neck, or put down a Baldur's Gate silence field. I don't know. Yeah, like, how else are you supposed to beat him?
그 길을 알고 있는 건 하얀 달의 기사뿐. 돈키호테는 그저 뒤따라갈 뿐이었죠.
Or I guess technically if you were to just, like, outshout him, but it seems like if he talks at all, you're just doomed.
이런... 정확히는 로신한테도 있으니 셋이었군요. 발걸음 소리도 제각각이었습니다. 기사는 터벅터벅, 로신한테는 위풍당당, 당신은 비틀비틀. 그곳은 누구의 발걸음도 닿지 않는 곳이라. 도시의 가장 깊은 곳에 있고 많은 모험가이자 기사이자 해결사들이 도전하였던 고요하고 끔찍할 정도로 평화로우며 오로지 별구름만이 떠다니는 곳.
조금만 더 가면 도착이에요. 그 강을 찾고 나면 당신이 앞으로 묻게 될 곳도 제가 이끌 거예요. 아무도 오지 않을 버려진 등대.
Lighthouse.
그곳에서 머물고 계세요.
지낼 곳까지 마련해 주다니 감동스러울 정도로 충실한 친구군요.
알겠네. 자, 이끌어주시.
아니요, 당신은 말이 없었습니다. 어째서일까요? 벅차오르는 기대감 때문이었을까요? 이런 모험담의 첫 장식으로는 다소 밋밋한 이야기였습니다. 박진감 있게 가보죠. 다음 이야기로 넘어가 볼까요?
Okay. I think I'm following. So is this actually her story, or is this just like something he's making up on the fly? I have to imagine that it's her story. So basically someone said, hey, I'm gonna lead you to a lighthouse. You're gonna live here.
진짜 이거 움직일 수가 없잖아.
이 연극의 흐름에서 당장 벗어날 방법은 없다.
If we don't have a choice in the matter, then let's at least pay attention to it. Thinking back, we've never actually given much attention to Don's stories before. We consider them to be too ridiculous, too tiring to listen to. I could think of 1,000 different excuses. We came up with to avoid having to listen to her stories. Let's pay attention to Don's story for once. Her story we never knew.
이 모험은 돈키호테가 이뤄낸 수많은 모험 중 하나입니다. 위대한 모험가 돈키호테는 많은 마을을 돌아다녔죠. 그러다가
Is that the road home? Hey, I'm just saying, is that the road home? Where's Tin Man? Where is he? I know he's in there. Forest of Hearts.
양떼 목장 마을에 당도하게 되었습니다.
양떼 목장 마을이라. 그 마을은 참혹하게도 도적대에게 핍박받고 있었다네. 주민들의 얼굴에는 공포만이 가득했지. 그래서 본인이 무슨 일이냐고 주민에게 물었더니
맙소사, 당신은 근방에 이름을 날리던 용감한 모험가 돈키호테 아닌가요? 제발 고통받고 있는 저희 마을을 구해주세요.
You made her the peasant out of all people? Oof, that's a low blow.
이럴 수가! 마을의 사람들이
전부 도적들로 인해 고통받고 있군. 이 돈키호테! 눈앞에 보이는 악인의 행패를 그냥 눈 감고 넘어갈 수는 없다! 안심하게 내 모든 걸 걸고 맹세하지. 저 도적들을 마을에서 내쫓아 주겠노라고.
By the way, a little bit late on this. I noticed she has the prisoner pattern. I guess that's what it's called. I don't know. The Limbus pattern. Okay, because like in their ego splash art, they all have the same color scheme like that. It's always that. I don't know why, but isn't this that same color scheme? Am I mistaken about that? Maybe I am. I don't know.
하지만 저들은 고작 모험가님 한 명이서 해치우기엔 너무나 많아요.
I still can't believe you made Rodion the peasant. Oh my god. You could have chosen anybody and you chose her.
걱정 마시게. 지금까지 이 돈키호테가 해내지 못한 모험은 없었으니 그렇지 않은가?
잠깐만요. 뭔가 이상하지 않나요?
무엇이 말이오?
자꾸 누구한테 말을 거시는 걸까요? 하얀 달의 기사? 아니면 용맹한 말 로신한테?
그것은 당연히 로신한테 아니겠는가? 본인은 로신한테와 함께 여행을 다녔지. 로신한테는 무엇과도 바꿀 수 없는 소중한 동료였다네. 그렇지 않은가, 로신한테?
맞아요, 돈키호테님.
I'm losing my mind. What is happening?
그래, 자기 지금 말로 변한 거야?
자, 모두 모험담에 집중해 주세요. 그러지 않으면 도적대가 너무 많아서 용감한 모험가 돈키호테도 고전을 면치 못할 테니까요.
You know, I'm pretty sure it's not the case, but I almost wonder if people would have adjusted looks if we brought base identities into, no doubt, this upcoming fight.
그 말대로 도적들은 수가 너무 많았지. 마을 사람들이 염려한 대로 쉽지 않은 싸움이었다네.
돈키호테님, 정말 이 계획이 성공할까요?
아니면 다른 좋은 방법이라도 있단 말이냐, 로신한테요.
아이, 제가 생각이랄 게 있나요? 저는 모험가에 대해 돈키호테님만큼 알지 못하는걸요.
나답게 행동하겠네, 로신한테요. 두려워하지 않는 건 말일세.
Do her boots talk to her? Or is this like in her head? I don't know at this point. Honestly, it could be either.
그래도요. 적들의 숫자는 저희보다 많은 게 안 보이시나요? 물러나는 것은 달아나는 것이 아니고 위험이 희망보다 앞설 때는 발길을 멈출 줄 아셔야 합니다.
저런 로신한테는 돈키호테만큼 용감하지 못했던 모양이에요. 거기다가 협조적이지도 않았답니다. 한낱 말, 아니 신발일 뿐이면서 말이죠.
조용히 해라, 로신한테. 자기 주인을 이토록 트집 잡는 신발이 세상 천지 어디 있단 말이냐? 내가 저자들과 맞서 싸울 용기를 내게 보여주지 못해서 그러는 것인가? 이 돈키호테, 이제라도 로신한테에게 증명하리라. 그렇게 이 돈키호테는 유례가 없는 치열한 일전을 벌였다네. 도망치지 마라, 이 비열한 겁쟁이들아! 하여 이 몸은 전력을 다해 랜스를 찌르고 또 찔렀지.
Oh my god. What is this? Dude. This is the best stage we've ever gotten. Okay, so... Alright. We're up against no good bandits. They have plain villainy. On use, gain 2 poise. On hit, inflict 1 bleed. On hit, inflict 1 paralyze. And on crit, deal 20% more damage. Bullying. On use, gain 2 poise. On hit, inflict 1 fragile. On hit, inflict 1 defense level down. On crit, if target has the weak, deal 30% more damage. The weak is you deal 10% less damage. Presumably on stack. I don't know. On Clash Win, inflict the weak. Loves bullying the weak. And Clash Power +1 when attacking an enemy with the weak. Okay, it's this kind of battle too. Okie dokie. Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, and it's called Go for Pure Clash Wins. We're also just gonna defend on for Assault, because I think that's for the best. Be gone! Villainy no more! Okay, no stacks of the week, which is good. I like that. Let's go favored, and then we'll go bop, bop. We have negative, so I think we'll land heads for this. And then we go bop, bop. Yeah, that should be good. By the way, we're back to only 10 turns. Good. Dang it. Okay, would have been a red crit had we landed. That's fine. Okay, big damage going down on both the left and right side of the screen. Red crit. World's most unimpressive red crit, but still. No one's really clashing, so I can afford to just make use out of all our resonance. Actually. Indiscriminate. Who's it going for? Nope. Bad. We don't want that. Right. Screw loose Wallop. That way our big man can do some more damage because he's already going to get low health, so we may as well make him do some more damage. Metallic Ringing getting a double kill, followed by the Flashing Lure for the final kill. Okay, unfortunately we do not get to use our ego yet, so I'm going to go max resonance this turn. Let's go bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. This is fine struggling, because I want him to lose. Although, you're going to take a lot of damage. Meh. Yeah, whatever. We are the heroes, just so thee knows. Plop. Immediate stagger, love to see it. Oh, almost killed him. 12 health. Okay, Flashing Lure. That's another stagger for us. Bit of Tremor going down. Bonk. Don't hit heads with 36 SP. That sucks. Okay, Clash Loose. That's great. Good. We don't mind that at all. We do have 2 of the week, so I was right about it being per stack. Counter dice. Working out nicely. Especially when they die! Ow. But a Paralyze does not feel good, especially because we're about to use an Ego Page. Ouch. Heathcliff taking quite a bit of damage. Boy, a lot of attacks that we just couldn't do anything against, but... Enjoy. Bonk. 29 damage, and now we are dealing more damage for the rest of the fight. Okay, we do have 6 stacks, so we will get AoE with this. So I'm going to go bop, 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 bop. Struggling here because I want to lose. Then we go bop, 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 bop. Yeah. AoE teams are fair and balanced, as you see. We're up to 8 Coffin. Dude, I love my squad so much. Who would have guessed that Limbus-centric identities?
결과적으로 도적들은 전멸하였고 그 마을은 평화를 되찾았다네.
And LobCorp identities would be so powerful. Look, I didn't choose the OP. The OP chose me.
돈키호테님, 저희 마을을 지켜주셔서 너무나 감사해요. 이 은혜를 어떻게 갚죠?
마을 사람들은 보답에 대해 물었습니다. 당연한 일이었죠. 보통은 대가를 받고 의뢰를 들어주는 것이 인지상정인데 그 누가 무급으로 그런 수고로운 짓을 하나요?
그념치 마시게나. 정의로운 해결사의 몫을 응당 해낸 것뿐.
아니, 어떠한 대가도 바라지 않고 공짜로 저희를 도와주신다고요? 한 푼도 안 받고? 정말?
그럼 해결사란 본래 그런 것일세. 아, 그래도 정 도와주고 싶다면 말이지. 딱 하나 있긴 하네만.
무엇이든 말씀만 하세요.
그것은 말이오, 대단한 것은 아니오. 무엇냐면 말이지.
A bite?
그럼 보수는 어떻게 드려야 할지. 저희가 돈이 없어서요.
Can't see it, but I'm grinning. I think she needed a little bit of a pick-me-up.
네가 신고 있는 그 운동화라도
Oh!
값이 꽤 나가 보이는데.
Or that.
무슨 소리래? 는 돈을 받고 의의를 행하지 않는다네. 그래도 뭐 정 도와주고 싶다면.
His memory. Was that? Don Quixote.
이런, 무대가 조용해졌네요. 슬슬 다음 이야기로 넘어가 볼까요?
But with that, I believe that's gonna do it for this episode of The Limbus Company. So, well, seems like it was good timing. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We are already up to 17, so we're actually blasting through this chapter, surprisingly enough, because it doesn't feel like we're going very fast. But apparently we are. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.